Last time on, They Caught Me. A woman is being interrogated for possible involvement in a robbery homicide of a man that is an acquaintance of her girlfriend. The woman denies any knowledge or involvement in the alleged crimes, but the investigators aren't so sure about her claims as her stories continue to get twisted, especially when put to the test by questions from the detectives. Her biggest test is up next in episode 2, as her girlfriend will tell her side of the story to the investigators. Any differences will put our first suspect's claims of innocence in jeopardy. And then there is the lingering question: who killed the victim? Will the detectives be able to get that one critical piece of information to lead them down the path of closure for the victim's family?
Oh my God. Somebody, come on, man, it's gonna take this one. Sitting here all day. Oh man. Oh. Somebody come. I feel like I'm in prison. Somebody come help me. I just seen a fucking dead ass body. Oh.
I think you sit over there so I can sit over here. It's easier for me to write. You okay? You know, this is kind of a crazy thing to get going through. You don't mind if I get some quick information from you?
The only reason why I had some of his stuff in my car is because he is my, ex-boyfriend / whatever. We
Who said
messing
you had stuff
around.
in his car? Who said you had stuff in his car?
I have a box. That box that's sitting there, that's his stuff. I was dropping it off to him when I was going to bring this here, because it's been about 3 weeks since he's been to my house.
Okay, let me back you up. So let's slow down here. What's your phone number? What kind of phone is that?
A Zeet.
The Zeet? Is it an iPhone or an Android? Or?
No, it's Android.
Android. What phone company do you use?
Metro.
Okay. Before we get started, there's 2 types of interviews police officers do. I don't know if you've ever been interviewed by a police officer or not. There's 2 types of interviews police officers do. One's called a custodial interview, and that's for people that are in jail and they're not free to leave. The other is called a non-custodial interview, which is what we're doing here, okay? We appreciate you coming down here. It's going to be a big help. We appreciate you calling. But we just got to try to figure out what happened now, okay?
Right.
So just so you're clear, anytime you want to stop talking, you're free to stop talking, okay?
Okay.
The door's not locked. It's just shut for our privacy. So anytime you want to go and you're good to go, okay?
Okay.
All right. Explain your relation, and the gentleman that lives in that house, who is that?
Okay, his name is I call him, but I don't know if that's his last name.
How long have you known him?
I've known him for about a year now. I met him at the bar.
What bar is that?
He was the bouncer. I started braiding his hair about 4 months ago, and then we started sleeping together because him and his wife got divorced. So we've been sleeping together off and on, and it just so happened to be he hit me up on Messenger a couple weeks ago, asked me to braid his hair. I didn't have time because I have 3 kids and stuff.
Let me slow you down here. So prior to today, when you haven't spoke to him in 3 weeks?
Yes.
Did you text him?
No.
No communication whatsoever?
No, because my phone was broke. I just got my phone back on today, and I had lost his number, so I couldn't get in contact with him that way. So, being that I know where he lives, and his wife knows me, so she's there, I could just pop up. So, I went to go pop up. Well, there was nobody. The car wasn't there, the door was closed.
Okay, so let me back up. So 3 weeks ago, he sent you a message about braiding his hair.
Right.
And what was the reason why you chose this morning to go there?
Because I needed $10 and to go to the fair or whatever, and I know like I could go there, braid his hair, and he'll give me $10, or he'll give me $10 and I
So it's
can
just
braid his hair.
coincidence, you just happened to...
Yeah, it was just a coincidence. I just happened to pop up over there out of the blue, because that's usually what I do. Just pop up out the blue for him. And well, the second time I rode by, the bottom door was open, so I figured, hey, well, maybe he's in his wife's car, or his wife got his car and she just dropped him off because the door is open.
All right, let me back you up. All right, so you're at home on Main Avenue?
Right.
Okay, and the young lady that's with you, who's that?
That's my best friend.
That's your best friend. What's her name?
Latrice.
Okay, is she at your house, or are you at
She's
her
at
house?
my house.
Okay.
So we leave driving.
When you leave your house, who are you there with? Just Latrice?
So it was me, Latrice, my aunt, my cousin Corey, and his 2 nieces.
They're all at your house on
Yeah.
Main Avenue? Okay, and whose car is that?
It's my cousin Cordell's car.
That's Cordell's car, and he was at the house too?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he just got off of work, so.
Just got off work when?
Like, right when we got the car. Like, he works at, he's the manager at McDonald's.
Okay.
So he had just got off of work, I must say, like, 30 minutes ago.
So it's Latrice, it's Cordell?
No, wait, it's Sunday, right? He was at the fair, my
No,
bad.
today's Monday.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. So it's Latrice, Cordell. What's Cordell's last name? Angela.
Yeah, and the 2 kids.
How's the kids?
Layla's 4.
Okay, so
I Rise 3, my daughter's 6.
Okay, and then what time do you decide to go over house?
It was just like on a humbug. It was just like 15 minutes ago.
Okay, so 15 minutes before you called the police?
No, it was just like 15 minutes ago, like when I called the police. Like, I pulled up. Okay, we pulled up. Like, okay, his door's open, so I'm gonna run upstairs. In his one room where he usually keeps
Okay, let me back up. Before you said you pulled up, the door was shut.
Right, I'm talking about the second time when I pulled up.
Okay, let's talk about the first time.
Okay, the first time I pulled up, the door was closed. I kept driving.
Okay, where'd you go?
We went back to the house to wash her mom's work clothes. That's the closest.
So you seen this bottom door closed.
All right.
Okay. So you went back home.
Yes.
Okay. And then
20 minutes went by. I was like, well, he ain't never gone that long, so I was like, Tracy, drive me back over there to see if he's home, because I know I can get the $10 because I need some cigarettes. Or whatever. He always
but you're going to the fair. I thought you said you need money for the fair.
No. I was thinking today was Sunday and my cousin was at the fair.
But you told me you said you needed money to go to the fair.
No, that's not what I said. What I said was, he always gives me money. And then you said about my cousin. I said my cousin was at work.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
And
All right, so 20 minutes later, you go back.
Right.
And where the car's parked now, is that where you guys parked it?
Yeah.
Okay, who's driving? You or Latrice?
Latrice.
Okay, so, and now when you get back, the door's open.
Yeah, when we pull back up there, because see, the first time we came, like, this way, like around, what's that? Not 9th Street, 10th Street, maybe 9th Street. Okay, we come up this way, so you gotta turn the corner. So we turned the corner, we was on, like, the side where his house is. So I noticed the door wasn't open. So I got out the car, walked to the door, turned the door handle. The door wasn't open.
The door was locked?
The door was locked.
Okay.
So I kept pushing. And then I come back. After we go back to the house and get her mom's clothes to it in the washer and dryer.
Okay, so you go and do some laundry. 20 minutes later, you come back, and now the door's standing wide open?
Yes, the door is wide wide open.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, well maybe he's home, he's carrying groceries or something, you know, he don't never just leave the door open. He leaves it unlocked but not open. So I scream up first, are you home? No answer. I'm like, well, somebody's here because the door is open, and it wasn't just open. So then I proceed on up the steps. I get up the steps. I look and nobody's in there. I'm like, okay, well maybe he's in the bathroom taking a poop or whatever. No, and he just don't hear me. So I grab a can of A&W root beer like I always do when I go in his house. I didn't realize that where I grabbed the A&W root beer from is his game room and all his TVs. He has like 6 TVs, like 4 Xbox Ones, and all this stuff is missing. And then I'm like, where the hell is he? So I walk back through the kitchen to the bathroom. Nobody's in there. And I was like, oh yeah, well he moved his bedroom up front. So I walk through the living room, and there he is dead. And I don't know what to do. Like, I didn't know what to do, so I like checked his pulse and I checked this and then I tried to resuscitate him, but I'm not good with this. I did this like 3 times, and when I felt his mouth and I felt that it was cold, I realized I couldn't do anything about it. And so I ran outside. My cell phone was dead. I ran outside to the next door neighbor across the street. I said, hey, did you see anybody going? No. I said, well, he's dead. Like, he's dead up here. They were like, nah, not. Yeah, he's dead. Can you please call his wife? Because I don't know who else to call. Can you call his wife? Can you call the police? Can you call somebody?
Now,
I was
which
looking for his cell phone.
neighbors did you say that to?
The ones across the street.
The ones that were at the same side of his, but across the street?
Yeah.
They were sitting out on the porch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I asked the neighbor up front, which is the landlord, I asked him, has he seen anybody go in, Jimmy, anybody go in here? And I asked the dude that lives on the same porch as him, has he seen anybody? Did he hear anything? And he said no.
Okay. Now, is it the car that you mentioned there's stuff that is in there? How long have you had the stuff?
About 3 weeks, 3, 4 weeks.
And it's just been in that car?
No, it hasn't just been in the car. It was in my house.
It was in your house? You put it in the car today?
I put it in a box and put it in the car to bring it to him.
What all is his that's in that car?
It's just like a box of, I don't know, like cards or something that he was playing with my son or some stuff.
Okay, what about there's like clothing and stuff like that on there? Whose stuff is on there?
No, that's my cousin's clothes.
That's Cordell's stuff?
Yeah.
All that other stuff is Cordell?
Cordell, yeah. It's just a box with the tin and stuff.
And there's what's inside there?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know what's inside the tin.
Did you look inside the tin?
No.
Well, what do you think's inside the tin?
I don't know.
You said something about cards or something he plays with your son.
Yeah, but he got like Pokemon cards inside the box, so it's like inside the box.
That's what's inside that tin box?
No, not inside. I don't know what's inside the tin box. I never opened the tin box. That might be where he keeps them in. But the Pokemon cards are like, they're like loose or...
They're loose in the backseat of the car?
Yeah, in the box. In the box.
So there's another box with the tin of box inside of it, or is there...
Okay, it's a big box. It's a box of like his stuff that he left, like randomly left.
Right after
like,
your house?
Right, like he'll come over for a visit, he'll bring some with him, he'll leave it. There's like miscellaneous stuff that showed up.
So you mostly drive that car then?
No, that's my...
So he drives it mostly, you just have to, he let you borrow it today?
Yeah.
So the stuff that's in your car, you left over your house for past visits, you're just bringing it back to him today?
Right.
Did you put it in the car today?
Yeah.
Now you said your cousin Cordell got off work at what time?
He got off of work about like 1-ish. He worked 5 this morning, so like 1 in the afternoon.
Okay, and where does he work?
McDonald's.
On the east side?
What is he gonna have to do with it?
Well, it's his car, and there's stuff in there that's his, and in order, we can't just go searching it. We gotta get that stuff out of there, but we gotta get his permission, that's all.
Okay. I mean, it's just a box. I can give you the box. You don't have to get a search warrant.
Well, we got a situation here. We gotta make sure we do things legally, you know.
Well,
we don't wanna...
Right, I understand that, but say, like, do stuff, I have no problem giving it to you guys. So there was like no reason to search the car because that's the only thing that's his in there.
Okay. And you sure he went to work last night?
Who worked?
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure because you got confused about Sunday, Monday, so.
He went to work at 5 o'clock this morning.
5 this morning. And he gets off at, well, it's only 12:20 now.
I know. He leaves the car with us.
So somebody took him to work?
Yes.
So he's still at work? Who dropped him off at 5 o'clock in the morning?
His mother. Because we live on Main Avenue, and McDonald's is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Literally across the street.
So Cordell's mom dropped him off, brought the car back, and he obviously permits you to use it?
Yes.
Okay. The stuff that's in this box, can you tell me what all that stuff is?
I honestly, like I said, I don't know what's in the
No,
box.
I mean, what kind of property is it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's like a miscellaneous stuff. Like, he had the box at my house the last time he was there. I know he took some Pokemon cards out of there, but he gave them to my son. My
So
son,
it's this tin thing.
my son has a Pokemon Dex, and then I don't know, because for a minute he was gonna move in with me, so he started bringing stuff. But then we had got into a little argument because of his wife. Like, this was 2 months ago. We got into a little argument, and that's what was left here with the box. So I was just gonna drop it off to him just so, you know, he could be like, no hard feelings. While I'm doing this here, he can get his stuff back. Since he got that apartment, you know, he got his stuff back.
Gotcha.
Whatever.
And you said you got your phone turned on today. Is that what you said?
I just got a phone yesterday. My phone's been turned on. My phone was been turned on, but I couldn't open the phone screen,
Okay,
so I had to get a new phone.
You got a new phone now?
Yes, now I got a new phone. My phone.
Did you try to call him?
No, I did not, because I lost his number.
You don't have his number?
No.
Okay. All right. Just hang. You want something to drink or want some water or something like that?
Oh, crap. Here we go with the clay pots again.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Now, how long am I going to be here? Because I have 3 little children.
Okay, I'll get you out of here as quick as I can. Okay, I promise. Okay, just bear with me for a couple more minutes, all right? All right. And make sure that because they're talking to your friend around, make sure they're done too.
As we head to our first commercial break, we're already seeing some differences in the stories of the 2 girlfriends. Probably the one that sticks out the most to me is the fact that she said they went over there twice in the morning. One time they went over there, the door was locked. They left, they go back, they help the mother out, they go back over there, and then the door's open, and she just walks right in. If you remember, her girlfriend said that they only went over there once, and the door was open.
There you go. Have a seat one more second. Let me finish.
Oh, they do have foam cups.
Then we'll get you out of here. This phone, we found 2 phones in the car. Because one was ringing. One was charged up, and I guess that's your friend's phone. Then there's a broken one in there. Is that yours? Is that the one you said you got a new one?
Yeah, that was the broken one.
Where's the new one?
The new one should have been in the car, too.
It's in the car, too. That's another Android?
Yeah.
Okay. Did the old one, broken one, doesn't work at all?
No.
Okay. The stuff that was in this box, how big is this box? Like that big?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the other stuff that's in there? Like the TV and the video games and the...
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Whose stuff is that?
That's not a TV, it's a computer screen.
Okay.
It's what he hooks his games up to.
Okay.
It's his.
That was at your house too?
Yeah.
So it wasn't everything in that box, it was more stuff than that.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I had it all in the box. But, yeah, the TV screen and the video games, all that stuff is his. The only thing that's not his is the shoes and the clothes because of my cousins.
Okay. The shoes are your cousin's, the clothes. What about there's a packing slip in there that's got his name on it?
That's his, too.
Well, why would that be in there?
Yeah, it was in the box.
Okay.
Because I can show you. I don't have my phone with me. But
Well, here's the thing. I want to be able to eliminate you as being involved in this.
I swear to God.
And it's not that I don't believe you. I want to eliminate you so I can move on. Okay. And there's ways that I can eliminate you. One is getting the stuff out of that car, searching that car, make sure there's no other evidence in there related to this. Okay, I'm not going to find any blood. I'm not going to find a gun. I'm not going to find a casing.
No.
To me, it's a little coincidental that on you're not seeing him in 3 weeks, the day you happen to stop over there with stuff, and his house has been ransacked and stuff is stolen, there's stuff in your car that belongs to him. I mean, that's a pretty big coincidence.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You understand how I can be a little suspicious
I
about
understand
it?
that, but I had that stuff in my car before I even got there.
And that's what I want to verify. That's what I want to verify by looking to make sure there's nothing else in that car.
Yeah, there's nothing else in the car. I promise you, there's nothing.
And Cordell's at work.
Yes, Cordell's at work.
Okay. The phone, that's your phone in the car. Did you ever use it to contact anybody related to this crime?
No.
Okay. That being said, when I find that phone, would you give me permission to download it to make sure there's nothing in there related to this crime? Okay.
It's an LG. It's an LG. It's on my room.
Okay.
It's in the car. It's dead. Oh, it's in my friend Tracy's car, and it's dead.
So it's in the car back on.
Yes.
Now who lives on?
Me, my cousin Corey, and my aunt.
Where does
and
her
my
mother
three
live?
kids. Who?
Tracy's mother.
Tracy's mother lives on Avenue.
Okay.
But her car is at my house because we was doing her laundry.
Okay. So your phone is in Tracy's car.
Right.
Okay. So when we take you guys back over to
yes, you can gladly take my phone.
okay, and I'll get it back to you today. It'll only take a couple minutes to get it down.
Okay.
Matter of fact, you guys can drive up and come back and get it if you want.
Okay.
All right. How much stuff in that truck belongs to him?
Not that much. Just like a box. The thing. I don't know. I'm just gonna give it to you. It belongs to him.
Okay.
Of the truck.
Okay.
Because I don't want his stuff. That's
Right.
why I was bringing it, because he was at my house. I think two of the pair of shorts, the green pair and the black pair of shorts are his. The rest of them are my cousin's. Because I was taking them, I was going to throw them in the laundry for him. Because I found them in the back.
Do you have a purse or anything in that car?
No, I don't have a purse. I don't use a purse at all.
You got a wallet? Where do you keep your ID, stuff like that?
I keep it in my aunt's wallet.
Where's that at?
At the house.
At the where?
At the house.
Okay.
But I
Let
can give
me
you
ask you a question. Now, you said that when you went up there initially, you thought everything was okay, so you grabbed an AW out of the car,
Right.
or out of the refrigerator.
Right.
Are you talking about that little tiny refrigerator?
Yeah, that's all the refrigerator that he has.
Okay.
So I grabbed 3 of the A&Ws.
Okay. And then you still can't find them.
Right.
Okay.
So I walked back to the bathroom area, because like when you walk in his house, it's like a hallway, his game room. Then you go this way, it's the living room. You walk this way, it's the kitchen. You go this way, it's the bathroom. So I walk back that way because sometimes he don't hear me.
Okay.
So I walk back and I knock on the bathroom door and I say, "Are you in here?" And he goes, well, he doesn't say anything.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I usually don't, like, go towards his bedroom, so I was going to go knock on the door. So I, like, stepped by the futon. I realized he's down on the ground, so I hurry up. I bend over. I start doing one of these numbers, checking his pulse, and then doing one of these numbers. Nothing. And then I blew in his mouth. That didn't work. And I'm like, Tracy, to call my friend Tracy was there. She was like, bitch, don't touch nothing.
So she went upstairs?
Yeah, she walked up just a little bit. When I told her.
What do you mean a little bit? Did she come into the apartment, or did she just stay at the bottom of the stairs?
She came upstairs. She walked in to like where, like.
Did she see him laying there?
Yeah, she seen him laying there. She said, bitch, don't touch nothing.
Okay. So you tried CPR, tried blowing in his mouth, called her, then you ran downstairs and talked to the neighbors.
Yes, until get what she called police because like.
How does the A&W root beers get in the car?
I put him there.
But you're doing CPR, blowing in his mouth in a panic.
Okay.
You know, this is the craziest thing. You know, you make the decision, most of us would agree, it's probably a bad decision to go ahead and talk. You know, you probably want to lawyer up, but, you know, you're going to talk. I can talk my way out of this. No big deal. But you get that one question that pops up, and it's like, maybe this probably wasn't such a good idea. This is that question right here. This is the one.
That's what I'm saying. afterward, I still grabbed the A&W Ruger.
So after you see him dead and given CPR and in a panic, you grab the A&Ws and take him to the car?
Well, I had the A&Ws already out of the refrigerator.
Okay.
Okay. So on my way out the door, I was thirsty. I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I grabbed the A&W Rugers. I always, every time I go over his house, I grab A&W. I always grab.
Well, yeah, but not every time you go over his house, he's not dead on the floor either.
Right.
That seems a little crazy to me that.
I understand that, and I understand that I probably should have left the A&W Ruger.
Well, I mean, I would just.
But in my mind, I don't know. I was thirsty. I was like, what the hell? I was panicking. You should see me. I was chain smoking back to back. I didn't know what to do until you guys got there. So I was thirsty. You feel me? I was just like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna drink it. And I didn't. I just threw him in the fucking car. I just threw him in there.
Okay, do you understand how all this looks?
Yes, I do understand how all this looks.
It does not look right.
I do understand that, but I have nothing to do with this.
Okay, and then I appreciate and that's what I want to be able to prove. I want to eliminate you.
I wouldn't be here if I did. I definitely would have called you about it if I had it.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm not saying you knew he was going to be up there dead.
Look, I
just want to know if you knew something happened, maybe somebody that you knew went up there around him,
don't.
And you were bringing the stuff back that they took.
No, I don't.
You know, that seems a little more logical to me.
No, and that's not half. No, what I got in my car is not half of the stuff that he had in that room.
Right.
Well, I mean, like, he had big TVs, like 3, 4 of them. He had Xbox Ones, 3 or 4 of them. Like, that stuff is not in my car. You will not find that stuff nowhere in my house. You can search my house. Okay,
Look, here's the thing. I'm not saying you had anything to do with this. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to disprove that you don't have anything to do with it.
Right, well, he's like my best friend, and I definitely would have caught it in the past. If I would have personally killed him, I would have caught it in.
Right, I'm not saying you personally killed him.
Like, I'm just saying, I had nothing to do with it. I don't know who
All right,
put it in.
couple things I'd like to do, and then we'll get you out of here. We do a couple things, and we do. This is not unique to you. We're gonna do the same thing to treat anybody else we bring in here. What we want to do is we like to.
Now, I don't know if that's her friend or somebody from another case, but she probably like, oh crap, they're torturing people. like, no, I ain't talking. I don't want to talk anymore.
To do a couple things. One's called a GSR kit, and that's where we test to see if you fired a gun. Did you fire a gun recently? No. Why did you have to think about that?
Because the other day I was at the gun range, but I don't think it's
What gun range?
The one out on it's somewhere down here with this lady named Libby Elizabeth. And I was playing with the guns, but I didn't.
Where's that at?
In the mall.
What mall?
The
They don't have a gun store.
They got Brenham or some shit, but they sell guns in there.
Inside the mall?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They sell guns in there, and I was in there playing with the gun.
Okay. Did you fire a gun today?
Not today.
Yesterday?
No.
Did you take a shower yesterday?
Yes.
Today? Okay. So you're good. All right. And stuff's not gonna be in here. The other thing I'd like to do is what's called a DNA swab, and that's to.
You can have it here. You can have
it's
anything.
just a little Q-tip we put in your mouth.
Anything you want, you can have it. 'Cause
Okay.
I promise you, I would not do. I have 3 kids. I don't want to go to prison.
No, I understand that. And I know sometimes people do things that are way out of character, and they get in a desperate situation and they do something dumb and things like that happen. And I'm not saying
I have a 7-bedroom house. I have 3 kids to take care of. My youngest is 9 months. I haven't been in trouble since 2007. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
And I'm not saying sometimes, especially if a relationship is breaking up and people are getting,
A relationship wasn't like that. It was just I fuck him when I fuck him because he paid me. He paid me to fuck him. Okay, like a prostitute or whatever. So he would pay me.
Did you go over to try to get money and something bad happened?
No. I swear to you on everything I love.
I'm talking about last night.
No.
Where were you last night?
Last night I was at home. My daughter's birthday party was yesterday.
You were home all day?
I was home all day, all night long. I I got pictures to prove it, everything to prove it.
Okay. And those are things that, like I said, those are things that all just help, help.
It's like, I would have loved this movie. And I would have knew that you guys were going to try to
I'm not trying
blame me
listen. I'm not trying to blame you. What I'm trying to do is wipe out any doubt that you're involved. And this way, I can tell family, I can tell everybody, look, we've checked her out. She is good.
Like, I seriously was just a friend. Okay, he sold Percocets. I go over there and buy Percocets every once in a while from him and bring this here for a perk. That's the $10. That's what I was going over there for. I wasn't going over there to get no money for no fear. I was going over there to get a Percocet.
This morning.
Yes. But he wasn't home the first time. So when I came back, his door was just open. The car still wasn't there. The door was open. I figured, hey, maybe he's using his wife's car. His wife got his car, so she dropped him off or something. Maybe the kids is there. Then I go upstairs and I catch his dad on the ground.
Okay. No.
I don't know if now I'm wishing because of all of this and all of this shit that I would have just walked out and not called you guys.
Well, you did the right thing, and you're doing the right thing now. You're doing the right thing right now.
This is like really hurtful because
I'm not trying to blame you. I'm trying to, like I told you, I'm trying to eliminate you.
I understand.
The way I can eliminate you is through all these things, okay? So don't worry. I'm gonna get you out of here in 1 second, okay? Let me get that stuff, and then we'll get you out of here.
The crazy thing is, they were being honest. They let her go home. And then they brought her right back. It's like, no, we got a little more to talk about. She ain't too happy about it either. They brought her right back.
I don't really understand. I can't let this go. I found him. I reported it. Man, the hell? I didn't do anything.
All I can tell you is you're
But it's hard to relate when nobody's telling you nothing. And you're sitting here.
2,000 things.
You told me. What did you tell me? Besides the fact that I'm not in here, I'm not in jail, and it's an investigation. No, I don't. I need to know more. Like, why?
They'll be with you in a second.
So the girlfriend is still at the police station, even though she got to leave and was brought back. The girlfriend's been moved from interrogation room to interrogation room. And after speaking with her, they went over, now they've heard from both of them, they went back over to try to get some more information to find out about a few contradictions.
I don't like the bullshit people, the trees. Okay. You remember your rights from when we talked earlier this afternoon? Okay, I'm going to go over with them again. You can follow along with me.
The rights are read again.
Having been advised of these rights and understanding them, you want to talk to me again?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Do you want to sign this, or we're being recorded, so I don't necessarily need a sign. Huh?
I mean, there's no reason for me to sign. I mean, I signed the first one, isn't that right?
No, you didn't sign either of them, but we're being recorded, so it's not that big a deal. So just to reiterate your last statement, took your mom to work, or your mom came and picked you up, you went back to her house, you got ready for work, took her to work, then you took your goddaughter to school.
Oh.
Okay, and then you came back to the house, because you've been staying there for a couple weeks, and your niece came over, or your niece was there, and you did her hair.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Okay, that was yesterday. Okay. So around 9-ish or so, Jasmine wakes up. She's not feeling good, but then she asks you to take her to her friend's house over there. Okay. When you guys get there, you pull up. She goes upstairs to the apartment, and she's taking a while. You see a cat go up on the porch, you get out, you're petting with the cat, and then you hear her call for you.
Yes, and I went upstairs.
Okay. What did you see when you went upstairs?
The stuff at the store that me and her read, and but before I left, I told you, she told me, her friend was dead. She did try it. I don't know she tried to resuscitate him or not, but she said it over the phone, so I don't know.
Did you see her try to resuscitate him?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did she change her clothes or anything after you guys left to call 911?
No.
Was there a lot of blood around this guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
I never seen him.
Okay.
I don't even know what he looked like.
Okay. All right. Now, what was your intention for going over there to begin with? Why did she want you to take her over there to begin with?
Take her over there to do his hair, supposedly. I guess. I mean, I know that was a former friend of hers in the past. I'm not for sure. I don't know any. Like I said, I don't keep up with her.
Okay.
And I just recently came back, like, into her life, literally, like.
Okay.
Not.
So, to your knowledge, the whole reason you went over there was to take her over there so she could do his hair. Okay. Did she have a license?
Actually, she did have a license. Prior to that, I do know she went and got a regular state ID.
Okay. I was just wondering if she had a license and she's just only going over there to braid his hair, what she need you to take her over there for. That's a one person's job.
I don't, to be really honest, I mean, even when I do hair, sometimes I have to ask her, you want to go with me?
Okay.
We do our, but when I went over there, I didn't think that she was going to find her friend.
Okay. And then you said you grabbed the television?
Just a little small screen.
And then she took some boxes?
Yes.
And some pop?
I didn't see no pop.
Okay. She's saying she took some pop.
She probably did. I don't know if
Okay.
she stuck it in,
But initially you told me all that stuff that's in the back of the
car was already in the car.
that you guys were returning to the
Yes,
victim.
I guess the victim. I don't, to be really honest, like I said, I assume to want to say that like that because, like I said, as I was driving down and I told her, I said, well, what about his, sir, she's not worried, like she tells me, I'm just worried about, him being okay.
So worried about him that she's going to take his shit and jump in a car and drive away.
I didn't, like I said, when I even told her, I said, what is the use of us taking somebody's, she's like, just grabbing.
Okay, that's burglary. That's his stuff. He's got kids.
Yeah.
You guys had no right to take that. That's burglary. It is.
Yes, it is. But
Okay.
to my knowledge, she was supposedly correction, I guess. I don't know how this whole conspiracy or whatever this situation that's really going on, but as far as like me being there is already put me in a bad situation. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're going to be charged with burglary. Okay.
All right.
So, now's the time, and I appreciate you being candid, but let's be honest. The only reason you were candid is because I caught you in a couple lies. The only reason you came clean is because I caught you in a lie. Otherwise, you would have stuck with the story. Okay? So as I expressed to you before, now you caught one charge because of your dishonesty. And we're going to knock on doors. People are going to be coming forward. We're gathering evidence now. And people are going to have information. Man, do yourself a favor and tell me everything you know about how you found yourself in this situation.
I don't
think that I'm sitting here talking to a ruthless homicidal maniac. Okay? Yeah, I don't think that's the case. But people lie. People minimize the truth to distance themselves from the problem. But see, you got caught, and it made more problems for you. The only way to make less problems for you is to be honest. Because I don't want to, because like I said, if you're willing to lie about...
I have no...
You really need to, I understand that there's you probably have some sense of loyalty to whoever else may be involved in this, but, it's time for you to be loyal to yourself. Because I guarantee you, someone's gonna point the finger at you, accusing you of having more culpability and responsibility in this whole thing.
I'm not gonna take the blame for something I didn't do. As far as, however that man ended up dead in his apartment, I have nothing to do with that.
What do you know about it? I'm not saying you have anything to do with it. I'm asking you to tell me what you know about it.
I don't know anything about it. I literally took her to the place this morning. That's the only thing besides me taking what she asked me to grab, and I grabbed it. TV, and we left. That's all it was.
Who thinks to do that? I mean, help me understand that, because no normal, rational, compassionate human being, let me finish, is going to do that unless that was part of a plan. Because regular people don't do that shit. So
you're telling me that I'm not a regular person.
I'm saying that either you or her knew what you were walking into. Kind of knew the situation.
I didn't. What situation was I supposed to expect? I mean, literally walking into like I said, this situation. This is new.
Like I explained to you before, your reactions are not appropriate for the situation you guys found yourself in. Okay, your typical innocent person that stumbles across a dead man is going to make sure get the hell out of the house, because I don't know if whoever shot this man may still be in this house. I get that. I get not sticking around in the house. Hold on. That would be a normal response to what you guys found yourself in. Okay? This ain't like an old man that had a heart attack there. This is, I know what the scene was, and I know what she saw. I talked to the guys that were out there.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it was you, but by God, she's gonna point the finger at you, or someone is, and they're gonna make you more culpable for what it is. And you're looking at a burglary charge now. It's only going to hurt you to withhold information. Okay?
What information am I holding?
That's what I'm asking you. I'm not even saying Jasmine's responsible for, necessarily shooting this guy. I don't know, but did she know what she was going to be walking into?
No, not that I know of. Shit, she just asked me this morning to just take her over to go see her friend. Okay. On 9th Street. That's all it was.
And you had no idea?
I had no idea for her to walk into what it was that she...
And you had no idea that you were going to go there to get merchandise?
No, it was nothing like that.
Okay.
It was nothing like that.
But you're comfortable after finding out that there's a dead guy in the apartment. You're comfortable taking his stuff and then leaving.
I really wasn't comfortable, even with me taking it.
Then why did you do it?
Stupid fucking reaction. Just her just grab the stuff and just like I said, my first thought was grab this stuff for what? I grabbed the TV and I just left. I didn't think nothing.
I
know.
What's her real relationship with this guy?
I don't know. I do not know.
You guys are friends. You live together.
No.
She never talks about this guy?
No. I don't live with her. I've just been at her house for the past 2 weeks. I go home, grab some things, and I've been over at her house.
Okay. And in 2 weeks, you had no idea that this was a friend of hers?
No.
Even though she's over there saying, he's my best friend, he's my best friend, he's one of my best friends. In 2 weeks, she never... It's not like he lives in Wisconsin or D.C.
Look,
he lives over the bridge, and in 2 weeks' time that you've been staying over there, you never went over there with her?
No. This was the first time.
And he never mentioned her, or she never mentioned him to you?
She's never mentioned him to me at all. Never, not once. I will not lie to you about that. Never.
Okay. But you already have lied to me. How can I be sure?
To be really honest, I lied. Like I said, people do lie when they get scared. And I know taking evidence from a fucking place where somebody was murdered, come on, I already knew for a fact that it was conspiracy to, whatever. I don't know this man. I don't know him from a can of paint. She has never said nothing to me about him.
So just so I know the type of person I'm talking to, just to be sure, you're okay? You were intending on going over there because she was going to braid his hair, but when we found out he was dead, we'll just take his stuff and drive away and then call 911. Just so I know, that's the type of person that I'm talking to right now. Is okay with doing that?
Actually, no, because...
Then the type of person I'm talking to would try and set the record straight. If you're not that type of person, then you're going to be the other type of person that wants to do the right thing. And the right thing is doing what's right for this man and his kids and telling the truth about what you know about this incident.
Once again, I don't know about so much of the incident. All I'm telling you is this is the first time I've ever been over there with her. This morning when I took her.
And she didn't say, hey, we're going to go grab this guy's shit, or...
No, it was nothing like that.
Okay. Sit tight. I'm sorry?
May I please at least use a phone or, I do have numbers in my phone that I just happen to. Can I grab them out of my phone or write them down?
Give us a minute.
Thank you.
So the detective leaves the room for about 8 minutes. He comes back and he has some questions to her about somebody that might be related to the case that she knows.
All right. I know you asked for your phone and stuff like that, but, this isn't a petty theft. You know what I mean? This is a serious case, so we just got to make sure we do everything right and we do it thoroughly. Okay? What's your boyfriend's name?
I don't have a boyfriend.
You don't have a boyfriend? What's the last boyfriend that you had? How long has it been?
It's been a minute.
Okay. And you told me what you did yesterday, right? We went over that?
Yes.
Okay, at 3:30 you went to your mom's house? Or 3, and Jasmine was with you, you guys moved some shit?
Mm-hmm.
And you're back at home by 4, and then you did your niece's hair?
Little cousin.
I'm sorry. And then about 11 you went to get some beers?
Yes.
And you didn't sleep sleep well because you got stomach issues. So you're telling me that you don't have a boyfriend?
No.
Okay.
I used to have a lot of male friends.
Did you hang out with any of them yesterday?
No, I did not.
No? Okay. You ever go firing a gun yesterday?
No, why?
Just trying to be thorough. You and Jasmine didn't go out shooting yesterday?
No.
With anybody?
No.
None of your male friends got a gun and took you out shooting?
No.
Okay.
But a couple of days ago, I was with a male friend, and he had a gun, and he shot it, and the shell casing popped over in between my leg, and I took it, and I'm like, okay.
Do you still have that shell casing?
Actually, no, I think I put it in one of her cups at her house.
Was she with you?
No, Jasmine wasn't.
What's this guy's name?
Damien.
You have to listen really carefully. And it sounds a lot like Elliot.
Damien.
Or actually, it doesn't.
And this was Saturday?
Not Saturday, Friday-ish.
Friday?
Yeah.
Damien who?
I don't even remember his last name. Some other shit. I really don't remember his last name.
Where do you fire a shot off? What part of the city? Where were you?
Over on the east side.
Where at? On the east side.
One of those side streets. With
Listen, I know if there was a big old house party going on, you would be able to tell me exactly where it was. Just tell me where it was. G Street or what?
No, it was on actually East Street, the dead end, that dead end. I believe it was, East Street. Right around the corner from Jasmine's, you know. And I happened to ask him. I also had a rubber bullet. I just happened to find the car, just picked it up and kept it.
In whose car? Your car?
No, his car.
In his car?
Yeah.
He was driving when he was shooting?
Yeah, he was in a gray. I don't know if it was on the Civic.
What time was this?
Like 8:30-ish.
8:30 at night?
Yeah.
Who was he shooting at?
Nobody, he was just shooting in the air. I mean,
And this
no
was
target.
okay. East Street doesn't dead end.
Yeah, there is. East Street is a dead end. You gotta turn around in the circle. Yes, on East Street.
But he's just a male friend. Is it Damien Bell? Is that who it is? Just tell me. I'm not gonna run out and arrest him.
I have to be really honest. I don't. Matter of fact, he's on my Facebook.
White guy, black guy?
Black guy.
Wow.
No, he's about my age.
Okay. All right. It's about 8:30 at night. But Jasmine wasn't with you?
No.
And since that time, is that the last time you've been around a gun?
Yeah, actually, that's the first and the last time since I was younger.
Okay.
And
All right.
I've never actually shot a gun or anything like that.
Okay. Now let's fast forward. We went through yesterday. Let's go back to this morning. You run those errands that you told me about. Did you stop anywhere else with Jasmine before you guys went to 9th Street?
No.
Anywhere?
No.
Anywhere that's going to put you on a surveillance camera?
No.
Did she want to go to the store to buy anything this morning and said, hey, can you run me here? And you did a quick stop?
No. I did not have no stops or anything. I just went straight.
So you didn't go to the street on Colorado this morning? Okay. So when we go pull the video, there's not going to be a video of you talking to somebody in the parking lot named Mike with a ponytail.
Mike?
Mm-hmm.
With a ponytail?
Yep. Yes or no, did that happen this morning?
No, not that I recall.
Well, according to Jasmine, you should have been there. And we're only talking a few hours ago, so you're telling me...
Oh, wait. So apparently I stopped at...
That's what I'm asking you. I'm telling you the story that we're getting.
No.
So unequivocally, you did not take Jasmine to... And she talked to some guy named Mike with a ponytail in the parking lot, and then you go to 9 license. Did that happen? Anything similar to that happen?
No, I didn't
Okay.
happen to take her.
Okay, because we're going to pull video, and I don't know, I wasn't there, but we're going to pull the video from there, just to verify who's being honest with us.
Go for it.
Okay, that is, like I said, we're thorough.
Okay, since this is what you call this was a burglary charge, am I going to be arrested today?
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going
Okay,
anywhere.
can I please use the phone?
Well, right now, this is still a murder investigation, so we got things we got to take care of first before we...
I have to at least get a hold of, like, a family member to go get my mom from work.
Where's your mom work at?
She works at...
So we're hearing about some secret meeting that the ladies met with some guy named Mike with a ponytail in a parking lot of a drugstore. Let's just call it a drugstore. And let's check in with our other girl and see how that conversation went.
Okay. I don't know if the officer had you sign the consent to have your phone searched. Remember we talked about that earlier? Did he have you sign one of those?
No.
Okay. All right, before we go any further, though, you ever had your Miranda rights read to you?
No.
Right to remain silent, all that stuff? You ever had those read to you?
Yes.
You have? Okay, I'm going to read
What
you.
am I doing?
You're not in custody, but because we brought you back down here, I'm going to advise you of Miranda rights, okay? We've got a lot more information we need to talk about, okay? So all this yelling and screaming ain't going to do anything but prolong this. So the quicker you calm down, and the quicker we talk and get this over with, okay? So let's start over again,
But
okay?
what I'm saying is, when this is all said and done, I'm going to jail.
I didn't say you were going to jail, but because we brought you back down here, this is for your protection, okay? This is for your protection. You can choose not to talk to me if you want, okay? But let me fill this stuff out real quick.
So if I choose not to talk, then what?
You can choose not to talk all you want if you'd like to. It's totally up to you.
What a terrific answer, by the way.
Then what, though? I go home?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying if you talk or don't talk. I can't make you any promises. We are conducting a homicide investigation, okay? We have new information that we need to talk about. If you want to talk to me about it, that's fine. If you don't, you don't have to. Okay? It's totally up to you.
What's the information?
Well, and like I said, before we go any further, I got to advise you of your Miranda rights. Okay? And then you can decide if you want to talk to me or not. Okay? That's totally up to you. How far did you go in school?
11th grade.
You know how to read and write?
Yes.
Okay. Follow along with me, okay?
Oh no, we're actually gonna watch these. We're gonna watch this Miranda.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer.
I don't care.
Hold on.
I know about
Relax.
all of this.
Relax. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be provided for free. You may exercise your rights at any time. Do you understand all that? Okay, if you understand all that, I just need you to sign that I read you those and you understand them.
I have nothing to hide.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be the judge of that.
Okay. Now, this is the consent we were talking about your phone. Okay? All this is saying is that you're giving us permission to search your phone, just like we talked about. Okay? You told me there's nothing on there, there's no problems, right? Are you okay with that? Okay. I need you to print your name right there. Let me fill the rest of this out. we talk, other than that we've got new information that we need to talk about.
But what's the new information?
And as soon as I get all this taken care of, we will talk about that, okay? This is where I'm going to have you sign. And basically what this says is that you have a constitutional right now. You could say, look, I don't want you searching my phone, and we would have to try to obtain a search warrant to do that, okay? That's up to you. This is a consent that gives...
Look, I have nothing to hide
Okay.
because I didn't do anything.
Print your name right there, print it for me.
I have kids to take care of.
I completely understand that, Jasmine.
Now, can you tell me what's the new information that you found?
Yes, I will. This is your copy. Okay. How long have you known Latrice?
Like 8, 9 years.
9 years. You guys are pretty good. You said it before. I think you said it was your best friend.
Yes.
Where does she live?
On Avenue.
Okay, with her mother, right? You know her address by any chance?
No, I don't. It's right there behind the bar, the house behind the bar.
You guys have got a pretty good relationship, you two, Latrice and you?
So.
Was she having an affair with,
No.
she sleeping with him, doing anything like that?
No. Just I did.
She got anything against you? She got any, is she mad at you about anything? So, her being your best friend, you've known each other for 8 years, got nothing against you, nothing against you. She wouldn't just make up a story or lie about anything you guys did to get you in trouble, right?
I don't know.
The property that was in that truck, you guys took out this morning. We know you did, you took it out of the house. I'm trying to figure out why you wouldn't tell me that.
No, we didn't take it out the house. It was in the truck. I took it in the house. I brought it back out the house because I didn't want the stuff to be...
Jasmine, listen to me. We know that stuff, that you guys took it out of the house when you both walked in and you both came out. Now, I'm just trying to figure out, I can understand why you would lie about that because you think that looks bad. But don't make this any worse by continuing to lie, because the more you lie, the more suspicious you look. Now, you said you got nothing to hide here, but you're lying about stuff.
I'm not
Let's
lying.
forget about the lying. Let's just tell me the truth what happened.
Okay,
I know.
I told you what happened, okay? Look, we went upstairs. Well, I went upstairs because the door, like I said, the first time I went, the door was locked. There was nobody home. This car was gone. Then the next time I go, the door is wide open. The car is not gone. Okay, well, he owed me $700. Okay, so I took the little computer screen or whatever the case may be. And then I realized that he was dead. I was going to take some stuff back upstairs. But I was looking for a phone because I thought it was more important to call the phone. I was wondering, like, he owed me $700. That's it. Other than that, I didn't kill him.
I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you did.
I just took what it was mine. The computer screen was mine. I gave it to him for some purposes. And I wanted it back. And I had money for it to pay him.
And I just want to let you know, there's houses over there. That's not the best of neighborhoods. So a lot of people put video cameras on the outside of their houses.
I know.
So that's why I would need you to be honest with me.
Okay, well, I'm being honest with you. I swear that's what happened. I took
How many trips did you take out of that house?
just one. I swear to you on everything I love. Just one time. I didn't take anything else, and I was going to put it back because I felt bad. I see believe that I felt really bad. So I had to go to the cops.
How come you guys drove away when you called the cops? How come you guys called?
Because I didn't know if maybe he had somebody watching his house or whatever the case may be.
So you're calling the police.
I'm calling the police as I'm driving away.
That's what I mean. Why wouldn't you just stay right there and call the police?
Because what if there was somebody still in his house or something? What if somebody...
You weren't concerned about that when you took the property out of the house if there was somebody else in there?
But he had the computer screen sitting right there by the door and stuff because he knew I was coming to get it.
Okay, and then the shoes and everything else that's in the car, he had that stuff sitting there for you?
No, that stuff...
Where was that stuff at?
At my house.
No.
It was at my house. Look, I've been fucking with you for
had some of his shoes, some of
that was
video games.
No, I didn't have the video games and stuff. I took the video games earlier. Okay.
That's how I know. How many trips did you take?
I took one trip out the box. I just took the box. That's it. It was one trip.
The box and then the computer screen.
The box and she carried the computer screen. I carried the box.
Okay, so then there was more than just a computer screen taken out of there.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. There's no reason to lie about this.
It's
I
not.
we already know that stuff.
But I didn't kill him. I thought maybe if I told you that I took this thing because he owed me money, that if I looked like I did and I did because it wasn't that serious about the computer screen. But I didn't see him.
But one thing I'm a little concerned about. Now, you told me earlier that you were at some shooting range Saturday. Where was that at?
That was out in like, it wasn't like really a suit.
That's not what you told me. You told me it was on College.
Okay, it was on.
I'm just telling you.
I don't know exactly where the gun range
Well, I
is.
think you live on the east side, so you know where Avenue is.
Yeah, but I'm not familiar with all the streets names. I don't do street names. You ask me what name, what street I live on, I'm going to tell you.
Jasmine. Avenue is right down the street from your house.
Look, dude, I'm not trying to lie to you, okay? I did not kill this man.
I'm not saying you did.
I went to his house.
Who did?
About him that I don't know.
Who did?
I don't know who did it.
If I took a polygraph test and put it right here, would you pass that?
Yeah, because I don't know who did it.
All right, let's go back to the shooting range. You never went to a shooting range on Saturday, right?
I just...
You made that stuff up because you were...
No.
Then what?
I was shooting a gun in
Where?
some big field. It wasn't...
Oh, so it wasn't a range at all?
Right, it was just like a little setup on a fence thing.
And who were you with that you went and did this?
I was with a couple of male friends.
And what's their names?
What did they have to do with it?
Well, because I don't believe you. I think you're lying. I think you're lying about going on Saturday to a shooting range. I think you made that up because the first time you told me you went...
This is the problem with the police. This is never
I thought you're not changing your story.
I'm not changing my story.
Look, I'm right here.
Look, okay. I was shooting. Whatever. The dude said it was a shooting range. I don't know where it's at.
Okay. So then those...
But it's a long field.
I'm assuming you got a hold of those people through your phone, right? So you should be able to find... We should be able to find that in your phone. You talking to these men that you went shooting with.
Yes.
Okay. What's their names? What they go by street names? Are they in your contacts?
They're in my contacts.
What's their names? I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to verify your story. Because you gotta understand something from the beginning is this is going completely the totally
Hold on,
opposite.
wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Now Saturday was the birthday party, right?
Saturday was my baby's birthday party. Sunday was the day I shot the gun. It was in Colorado. You know, okay. You go like where is, and then there's like the tracks right there, but there's like the open field and there's deers right there. That's where I shot the gun at.
It wasn't
No. It's over Avenue. Right there where the tracks are.
wait a minute.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm not good with the streets and
Okay, let's start over.
just
How about the holster in your room?
That's his gun.
Whose gun?
My friend's gun.
Which
No, it's his gun.
He just asked her if it was the gun of the victim. It's not his.
where's the gun at?
I don't know where
Well, I mean the holster was in your room.
the holster's in my room. You can search my whole house. There's no
Right.
gun in there.
Right, I know we found the holster.
Okay, so what's wrong with having a holster?
Found some blood too, but
It's some blood.
what do you think? Looks like blood. Drops on the steps, on the wall by the bathroom.
I was trying to figure out polish.
Might be. I don't know.
When we get back from our last commercial break, I have a feeling things are going to get really intense here. It sounds like the evidence is starting to flow out and liars come up with answers, but they can't come up with answers forever. We'll be right back.
Well, whatever. I know it's not blood because I didn't kill anybody. Anyway, I have a holster in my room. What is wrong with that? I don't have a gun.
Well, Jasmine, you got to understand again. What's wrong with it is that we're investigating a homicide.
I understand that. But what I'm saying, though, is what does a holster without a gun have to do with anything?
And
I got a holster in my room because a friend was over there
Sunday, roughly at what time did you go to this field by in the tracks and shoot this gun?
It was a Sunday. It was the day before Saturday. It was Friday. It was night. I said my baby's birthday party was Saturday. The day before that.
Okay, so it was Friday night.
Friday night.
And you two just random.
It was me. It was me, Latrice, and her boyfriend.
Aha! That's where the question came about the boyfriend. Remember, she said something like Daniel. I think it was Daniel. But will she also confirm that it was Daniel? Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not gonna say any names.
Okay.
Because it's her boyfriend. It's not.
Okay.
Man, if I'm on the hook for a murder charge, man, I'm gonna be saying some names, all sorts of names.
And this was Friday night. You guys just went to this field and shot a gun.
Yeah, he was trying to teach us how to shoot a gun.
Okay.
But I couldn't handle it because it pushed my arm back too far, and I couldn't handle the gun.
Did Latrice's boyfriend kill him?
No.
How do you know that? Kill him would know him. We have to know him.
Right? I don't know. I'm saying.
Man, I love these two detectives. What a great question. What a terrific freaking question.
From the way it looked to me, somebody knew him that killed him.
Oh, I agree.
There's not just people. I mean, they just ransacked the house. For what? We're not gonna just. I don't have no thing against. I'm fucking him. I know he's fucking his wife.
I've seen people killed for a lot less than $700. I've seen people killed for looking at somebody the wrong way.
Okay, but that's not me though.
I'm just saying you can't just because.
I'm just saying it's not me, and I wasn't with whoever did it at the time. I don't know who did it. I can't tell you who did it. All I can tell you is that he's been having beef with his baby mama's ex-boyfriend or boyfriend that lives in his house because he pays for his baby mama's house. He has his own place. He told you he had to get out.
Was something wrong with you this morning? You were throwing up all morning? Was there? Remember, we were just at your house when we talked to people that were there. Was there something wrong with you? Were you sick or something? Why you were throwing up all morning?
Yeah, what's this me throwing up all morning have to do with anything?
Well, I'm just asking. Were you or were not? You're not.
I was throwing up.
Were you got the flu or were you upset about something?
I might be pregnant.
Okay.
The victim.
No, I fuck more than just. I'm a hoe. I'm a prostitute.
Okay. I'm just asking.
I'm saying, like, what the fuck is all these?
All these questions is I have a dead guy.
Oh, no.
And you stole from his house.
I stole from his house. No, I didn't. The stuff is outside of his house. I was gonna put it back.
Listen.
I didn't steal nothing because I didn't run off with it.
Jasmine, listen. This is a serious situation.
Okay, I know it's a serious.
I already told you we got witnesses, we got video, we got you not being honest about half the shit you told me already.
What do you mean?
Let's see. You told me the stuff was at your house and you were bringing it back. That was a lie, right?
No,
That was a lie.
the tin box was at my house. I would bring that back. Now, the box that I took out of his house that had the tin box in it, now that's not a lie.
I asked you specifically about everything that was in that car.
Okay,
And you said some of that stuff is your brother's.
my cousin.
Or your cousin's, I'm sorry.
Right.
Cornell.
Because he had clothes in there.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
I took him there and showed him the truck and he said none of that stuff's mine.
Okay,
So
well,
the shorts that are in there are probably everything that's in the back of that truck except for that inflatable thing that he got at the fair yesterday. Everything else is.
I did not put them shorts in there.
I know, you also didn't take anything out.
No, oh my God, I told you.
Hey,
Look,
hang tight, sir. All right, I'll be right back.
sir,
Yeah, hang tight one
please, sir, look. Oh my God, please, look. I ain't got time to go to jail right now. I didn't do it.
You need to be honest with me.
Okay, sir, I will be honest with you. I'm being honest with you.
And I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this crap. You don't know who shot him and killed him.
I know. I swear I know.
I And you buy them too?
No, he buys them from me.
Oh, I thought you bought them from him.
No, he buys them from me.
Okay, all right. And I know, especially people can get mad and do things that they normally wouldn't do. I see it all the time. The nicest people in the world sit here sometimes, and they make one terrible mistake.
It's this guy, okay, his name is Mike. I don't know his last name. He just comes on, he tells me there's a North Central, he's doing this.
How do you know that?
Because they was bragging about it. And that's why I went over to see it. He gets stuff about it.
When were they bragging about it?
They was bragging about it earlier today, around, like, I don't know the exact time.
Now we're getting somewhere. So this is where the Mike with a ponytail came from.
I didn't believe it.
Well, you were at home.
Yeah.
So how were they bragging about it this morning?
Because I was seeing them at the store, I don't just see them on my like that.
What store did you see them?
I seen them at fucking, and he was telling in Colorado
This morning.
and that was this afternoon, this morning, whatever.
Right. Well, you got to call around 11 to come. You called 911 at 11.
Yeah.
So, and it opens at 9. So it had to be between 9 and 11. And we probably even shrink that down a little more because you guys went over there and then you left and called us.
No, okay.
And not left, but you drove away.
No.
You drove
this
to
is what
Reno.
happened. I got in the car. We called 911. We drove off because we did not want to see, like, if anybody else was around here, whatever.
I understand.
And I didn't want to get shot at because I have problems with people.
Okay, so this morning,
the person that knows, and the person that did it knows that I know that he did it. So therefore, I didn't want to get hurt. So I went to go see, but I checked every aspect of the house first. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure nobody's in there.
Make sure nobody.
All right, let me back you up. Let me back up to when they told you he did it. Okay, 9 o'clock. They open at 9. Okay, so between 9 and 11, you run into this guy, Mike, that lives on North Central. That has a ponytail. He's a white guy, black guy, Spanish guy.
He's a like Spanish type of guy.
Spanish, is he? Well, what's he built like?
He's like short, skinny, maybe a smoker, kinda.
I don't know. He looks something like this. Make sure you put ready for episode 3 down in the comments. If I get 1,000 likes and 500 comments, I'll put it out sooner than later.
What was he wearing? What kind of clothes? What color shirt?
He was wearing a white shirt and some like dingy jeans.
Okay, so you go in there to buy some stuff for your kids, you said?
Yeah.
What'd you go in there to buy?
I went in there to buy balloons because my baby's birthday was yesterday, but I didn't get her no balloons, so I promised her to have a kitty balloon.
So this morning at 9 o'clock.
I went to go in there and have a kitty balloon. And I never went inside after he told me this.
So
I seen him in the parking lot, and I asked him. I said,
So was he standing there, or was he in a car, or what?
He was walking.
He was just walking.
Just walking like up to the door. He was.
So he was going up to the door.
Right.
So he went in after you didn't go in. After he told you he went in.
Yeah.
He went in the store.
Yeah. And I backed up, and I went to.
Okay, hold on. Let me back you up. So you're walking up to the store, saying to the door, right?
I pulled up.
You
He's
pull up.
walking up.
Okay, you pull up in that silver Jeep. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you pull up. He's walking up, and you're by yourself, or you with?
I'm with you.
You're okay. So you two pull up, and he's walking up, and now he doesn't. Tell me what happened.
You're gonna kill me.
Tell me what happened. Did something happen between you two? Was he trying to assault you or something like that? Was he trying to beat you up and you defended yourself or something like that?
No.
Tell me what happened.
I didn't tell you. You don't want to see.
I want to. So let me back up. So you're driving to buy a balloon for your daughter at Drug Mart.
And I never make it into
So you don't even get out of your car.
I don't even get out the car to go in the
So he sees you and
he sees me and he goes, hey. He goes, I had a pretty lick. I said, dude, for what? He was like, couple beers and some Percocets. I said, whatever, that shit's fake anyway. Whatever. He was like, oh no, it's some old dude that drive a nice orange and black car. I'm like, orange and black car? The only person I know out here that drive an orange and black car is a rare car.
crooked, Cheyenne.
I could just take you to where she lives at, sir.
Would you tell me
If you would just let me fucking go home.
Tell me where you live.
You would like it.
Let me check out the thing real quick, all right? Hang tight.
I don't know if you're gonna see
Oh, yeah,
it.
look, I just did a case over there about a month ago. They got great video all over the place.
Sir,
They got a brand new system, actually.
Sir, I can tell you where he lives. I can tell you where he
Tell me
lives.
where.
Please, I just want to. He lives in North Central.
Yeah, but where? There's the...
Okay, that's the whole thing. I can show you the door he lives in. I don't care about them trying to murder me. I just want to get the fuck out of here because I know I don't know what to do. I'm sorry from
Hang tight.
from a deadbeat.
All right, hang tight, sir.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know, people do got life besides sitting here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Man, man, come on.
Yourself down, okay? I know it's not an easy situation to be in, but this is a very serious situation. We have to take a lot of precautions. We have to take a lot of steps. So I know you enjoy being in here and it's not comfortable, but you got to allow us to do what we have to do, okay?
Okay, I understand that, but why is the door locked? I'm not in prison. Am I arrested? Because am I under arrest?
Yeah, you're gonna be placed under arrest.
Why?
I'm talking to my supervisor about that, okay? But we're gonna get back to you. You're not free to go right now.
Okay, but I'm gonna be placed under arrest.
We're still discussing how we're
So
gonna.
I gotta go to jail.
You are not free to go right now.
Okay, but it's fine. I'm gonna go. Cause I gotta go to jail.
Okay.
You know, I'm asking you.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
I got 3 babies at home to take care of. I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was find a dead body. Okay, I took what was mine out this house. Please, sir, I can't go through this right now.
I understand that. It's not a pleasant situation to be in. However, we have to do what we have to do.
And this is why you don't call police when you find a
And
body.
you're not free to go. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. We're still being investigated. At this point, you're being detained. So you're going to have to stop hitting the red button and knocking that stuff off. Is there something I can get you right now other than letting you go? Is there anything else I can do for you? You want some water? You want a glass of water or
No,
something?
I don't want to drink some water. What I want is to act like this sitting around like I never called you guys about this fucking murder because now I'm being investigated and I didn't do nothing.
Okay. Well, we're thankful that you did, and I'm sure his family's going to be grateful that you called us. You did the right thing.
I did the right thing, but look at how you guys are treating me.
You're being detained while we conduct the homicide investigation.
Okay.
You come in and steal a candy bar from 7-Eleven.
Look,
Okay,
I
this is a very
understand
serious
that. I
matter.
just told the dude that was just in here. I know where the dude lives that did it. I will
Okay.
take you to him.
Well, right now we have someone on trying to confirm your story because it's going to be on
That's
videotape.
it's not going to be on videotape because I was going out this side. He was walking towards the door. It's not going to be on the videotape. I'm trying to tell that
What
dude.
side of the building were you on?
On the side where the pharmacy is, going this way. The dude was walking this way.
Okay, what are
It's not going to be on.
There's other businesses that have cameras over there.
Okay, but what I'm saying though is I can just take you to him. I can take you to him, directly to him.
We're going to have to. You're not going to tell us how to do our job. Okay, we know what we're doing. You have to sit and be patient, please.
And at the conclusion of episode 2, our ladies are beginning to crack under hours of questioning, giving the police vital intel into the robbery and valuable details into the murder of their supposed friend. When we come back during episode 3, the detectives will continue the interview with both of the girlfriends, exposing more details and more lies, ultimately uncovering some secrets that will lead to the questioning of 2 male suspects. A shocker, one has a ponytail and is named Mike, and the other, well, let's just say for now that his name is not Daniel. The other interesting thing that we will uncover in episode 3, did one of these ladies conspire with the men to perpetrate this crime? Or maybe, could it have been both? We'll find out more during the conclusion of the case in about 48 hours, unless, of course, you shower me with those likes and comments, and then I'll drop it sooner. Right back here on They Caught Me. Till next time.